Wait, wait, wait. Wait, wait, wait. Wait, wait, wait. Yo! Yo, yo, yo! I know I said that that was it for this evening, but nah, I gotta show you this. Come on, come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. I'm just finding it. I'm just finding something cool. Oh man, this is taking ages. It's taking ages. Come on, come on. XP disc, test waves, bass's anthem, give what they want, instrumental. There it is. Oh no, that's the SFK. Don't want that. Yeah, this is my celebration song. This is like the sad part of the song. This is like the sad part of the song where we didn't know what was going on. We're trying to fix it. This is like the sad part of the song where we're like, and we do some work, and then it works. Yes. Gonna hold my thermal imager up as a trophy. Thank you, Lord. Okay, yeah, so for anyone that wants to know what it was, who wants to know what the issue was? I actually don't know what the issue was. It could be a number of things, because I did like a lot of things at the same time. And I did a lot of things at the same time, and one of the things I did obviously fixed it. So do you want to know what fixed it? Do you want to know what fixed it? Let me zoom in here. Yeah. Winning. Fucking love it when we win. Fucking love it when we finally. I've poured so many hours into this flipping amplifier, and it had so many things wrong with it. But finally we have the pleasure. Finally we have the pleasure of seeing it work. Let's see that beautiful wave. Let's see that beautiful wave one more time. Oh yeah, look at that fucking beautiful wave. And look at this flipping beautiful high side drive. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, baby. We finally beat it. We finally beat the Lanzar. I'm so happy that that is over. I'm so happy that that is over. Oh man. Right, so you want to know what was wrong with it? Does anyone want to take a guess what was wrong with it? Does anybody want to take a guess as to what the flippin' hell was wrong with this? Nick D, thermocoupler, solder loose. So we got thermocoupler, solder loose, loose inductor coils. diode. Okay, so I will go through everything that I changed, right? So, in a last resort kind of blind attempt at making this thing work, okay, what I did, this is the batch that was giving me issues, okay? So in a last blind attempt to try and work out what was wrong, because I was looking at my low side drive, okay? I was looking at my low side drive, and I probed my low side drive at the driver, and it kind of actually looked okay. You know that, do you remember the low side drive had that great big spike at the start of it, right? Well, I probed it at the driver's side, and it kind of looked okay. So then I probed it on the input side of the gate resistor, and it kind of looked fine, but it looked terrible on the other side of the gate resistor. But the gate resistor measured perfectly. It measured 63 ohms or whatever. It measured perfectly. Didn't measure out of tolerance or anything. So I not once did think that that was the issue. Okay, so it might have been the gate resistor. So what I did is I changed, right? So for both the high side and the low side, I changed gate resistor, pull down diode, pull down resistor, gate resistor, pull down diode, pull down resistor, and the snubber network for this as well. So I changed capacitor, resistor, diode, resistor, 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 diode. So that is a whole handful of things. So this is all these are all the things that I changed. I pulled off the board. But yeah, I'm just going to put them in my hand here so you guys can see. So the bad component is somewhere in this pile. It's somewhere in my hand is the bad component. So obviously I stole those from the good board. So what I have to do now is I could either fit these in one by one and see if the issue presents itself on the good board. But yeah, what I should probably do is I should probably just order all of these parts. I should order replacements for all of these parts, and that is the best chance I'm going to have at. Well, obviously, if I order replacements for all these parts, then it's going to work, isn't it? It's going to just work. So it could have been that the gate resistor will read fine on the multimeter, but actually wasn't allowing enough current to pass for the drive. So there we go. Finally got rid of the Lanzar 7-cav. I've obviously got to put it all back together and get some output FETs for it, but it's done. It works. It doesn't heat up. It doesn't go skrrr anymore. So finally, I am happy. Finally. So all that fucking around, all that messing around, reading all the drive waves and stuff, and just simply changing a handful of parts that I thought might be the issue at random was the way forward. So if in doubt, swap it out. That's going to be my new tagline. If in doubt, swap it out. If you see this comment, I would appreciate it if you could tell me where I could go to learn about amplifier design. I can tell you, my friend, if you want to learn about amplifier design, I can tell you where to go to learn about amplifier repair, and Perry's Guide is a good place to learn about the different types of amplifiers and how to repair them. If you want to design your own amplifier, I don't know. I've not looked into that yet myself. It's something I plan to do in the future. I would love to have. I'd love to have my own amplifier. I'd love to design my own amplifier. I'd make it so fucking wicked. I'd make it amazing. I'd make it so you could never kill it. I'd make it so that you could swap the parts out like a woofer recone. You just, if your amp blows, I send you some spare boards, spare MOSFET boards. You just slot it in, screw it down, clamp it in. I'd do something like that. None of this bullshit. And it would probably be hand assembled in the UK as well. Thanks, Jesse. So many hours. How much shall I charge this guy? There was a lot wrong with this amp. So shall we go over everything that was wrong with this amp? Okay. So this Lanzar 7K. It came into the workshop. Okay, let's go over everything on this amp that was wrong. Okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? So, let's start at the very beginning. Power supply FETs, fucked. Power supply drive transistors, fucked. Some gate resistors, fucked. Okay, so that's power supply. That's relatively simple. Output section. Voltage regulator, fucked. Capacitors on voltage regulation circuit, fucked. Driver IC, fucked. Output transistors, fucked. Trace for the high side, fucked. Some resistors in this area, fucked. Gate resistor here, fucked. Something over here on the trace going pins 5 and 6 of the IC, fucked. Inductors, shorting, rewound. Ah, yes, also, the HEF 4070 chip on the driver board was fucked. So, that spells to me, fuckety, 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 fucked. Many, many things. If it was me, I wouldn't film it in case it was something easy to replace and I pretend to do a long repair and charge extra. Nah, that's bullshit. That's some bullshit. That is how you get a bad business reputation. I'm sure you're probably joking, Tony. You'll be surprised actually how many amplifiers I get that customers send to me in the workshop. And they say, oh, can you fix my amp? It doesn't work, it goes into protect, there's no output, it doesn't turn on. And so many amplifiers, I bring it in the workshop, I put it on the bench, I plug it in, and it works. It makes audio, it does rated power, I bash it, it still works, I run it for an hour, it works beautifully. So many amplifiers work perfectly fine when they come in the workshop because the customer wired it wrong. And so they thought the amplifier was at fault. And some repair technicians might go, I'm going to say that this was a really complicated repair and charge him a lot of money for this. But I can't be fucked with that. I don't have the time. Like, you know, if an amplifier comes in and it works perfectly, wicked. That's something less for me to do. And usually the customers that send me these amplifiers, I either know through the bass scene or something. I don't want to go chatting bullshit, end up with a bad reputation if they work out that actually I was lying about that. That's some bullshit. That is nasty stuff. So if it comes in and it works, I'm going to be like, yo, brother, got some good news, my man. Your amplifier's fine. Ain't no charge. Well, £15 for diagnostic and quote. So, like, literally, yeah, on postage. So, yeah, it's a good day when an amplifier comes in and it works because it's less work for me. Customer's happy. They go away feeling happy that I've been honest with them, and they're like, holy shit, man, are you sure? Oh, well, I better check my wiring, but thanks for being honest, man. And then it's like a good reputation on me and happy days. I think the issue was the clear diode. Okay, so shall we test all those parts then that I removed Okay, let's test all the parts I removed. And I bet you that they're gonna probably read fine. This amplifier, yeah, I mean, this amplifier repair was kind of for a good friend of mine anyway. Well, I say that for most amp repairs. That's because most of the guys who have the decent kit in the UK are my friends, because the UK bass scene is quite small, so I pretty much know everyone. Okay, so we're going to start off with this group of components that I took out the board, and we're going to measure each and every single one of them to see whether we can find which one was bad. Yeah, so where are we? Here. This little group of components here. So can we see which one was bad? So let's start with the capacitor. The blue snubber circuit capacitor is fine. That's absolutely fine, yo. Ain't no problems with that. So let's put the capacitor down. Now let's try the snubber resistor. I wonder what you read, my friend. Yeah, I'm gonna as a celebration, I'm gonna do the clipping detector. So the snubber resistor reads 22.2 ohms, which is correct, I think. What is that? That's red, black, gold. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, I think that's correct. Red, black, gold. That's 22 ohm. I can't remember these the resistor codes off the top of my head just yet. I'll learn them at some point. Yeah, 22 ohms is correct for that. Alright, sure, so it's not the snubber resistor either. So now let's start checking the small resistors and diodes here. So I'm going to take this small glass resistor first. I'm going to take this small glass resistor first. I wonder what this reads. Yeah, I found out what the problem was, for anyone that's just joined. If you scroll back to the start of my stream, there's some celebratory music, and I explain what the problem was. Okay, so this resistor, this diode reads this. So 711. And what does the other diode read? Wouldn't you charge your work on how expensive the amp is? No. I charge my work on the amount of time that it's taken something to do and the cost of the parts that I used. I actually... Aha! I wonder if it's this one. This diode seems to be open. So who guessed it was the clear diode? You might be right, my friend. Holy shit! Who guessed it was the clear diode? It's showing as open. No, I mean, naturally, the more expensive amplifiers tend to be the bigger amplifiers, therefore they tend to be the amplifiers which take longer and cost more to repair on parts. So if someone sends in a 10,000 watt amplifier that costs £2,000 to buy brand new, and they say, oh, it comes on, but there's no audio, and I find that the RCA connector is snapped, I'm going to charge him like 25 quid. Just because it's a 2K amplifier, £2,000 amplifier, doesn't mean I'm going to charge him any more for the RCA than I would charge someone who gave me like a £50 amplifier for the RCA. It's the same price, it's the same fault. Okay, holy shit, yes! The glass diode! Ha ha ha! Who guessed the glass diode? Wow, random flat shows videos. Well done, my friend. Congratulations. Small glass diode. And the small glass diode, this is responsible for, I think on this one, it's responsible for pulling the wave down, which doesn't make any sense for what we were seeing. We were seeing the wave going up slowly. It doesn't make any sense at all. But let's check the rest of the parts anyway to see if any of the resistors were out of tolerance or anything like that as well. Was it a Zener diode? No, I don't think it's a Zener diode. No, it's not a Zener. Okay, so this resistor measures 66 ohms, which it looks is about right. That's correct. So that one's fine. This resistor, this is a pull-down resistor. I'm just going through the resistors now, making sure the resistors all read okay. That's 4.7, yeah, that's correct. 4,700 ohms on that one. This one should read 66. Yep, that does. So that gate resistor is fine. And last but not least, the final pull-down resistor. So I think all the resistors were fine, and it was just the glass diode that was fucked. Yeah. All of that headache for one pissy little glass diode. And the reason that we didn't see that in the circuit, the reason that didn't show up in the circuit, and it's very difficult to read that in the circuit, is because it's in parallel with a resistor. Tony, your logic doesn't make any sense though, because that job is then based on things of value, because they are sought after, because they are, you know, by a certain person. It's that painting, the amount of physical paint and paper on that thing doesn't cost anything more than your cheap one, but because it's by a certain person, that's why it's more expensive. And so the thing holds more value because of what it is rather than what it's made of. Whereas with the amplifier repairs, the amplifier is a very physical thing. It costs the amount it costs because of the parts involved, mostly, and all the markup, of course. But the repair costs the amount it costs because of the time and the parts used. That's my costings, okay? I'm not going to rip someone off on an RCA soldering job repair or a snap lead repair that takes me 5 minutes on a £2,000 amplifier. I'm not going to charge them any more than I would charge somebody who brought in a £50 amplifier that I did the exact same repair on. That just doesn't sit well with me. That's bullshit. Yeah, I base my repair costs on what I do, how long it takes, the parts involved. If you were touching up a Vincent van Gogh, right? The reason that that's expensive is because you have to be so careful. You are then responsible for, if you fuck that up, that's a big deal. That's why that's expensive. It's expensive to do that job. So the amount of time it takes up to touch up a Vincent van Gogh is the same amount of time it maybe takes to touch up some crappy cheap picture. But because it's worth so much money, not because of not because of the things it's made of, but because of who made it. That's why it's more expensive to do things like that, because there's more risk involved. So there's more risk involved, and you have to be more skilled. You have to be more skilled, and you have to, yeah, that's why that's more expensive. Whereas for amplifier repair, no. Not in my opinion, anyway. For SQ amplifiers, look at Genesis. Genesis are one of the best SQ car amplifier brands around. Fuck. Darth Imiter says my wife divorcing me and took the car, but I got my gear. Holy fuck, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's bullshit. I hope you're alright, man. I hope you're alright. That's bullshit. Okay, how many people have got watching? I'm considering doing the clipping detector. 41. That's not enough. When we get to 80 people watching, I'll do the... Actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock off this live stream. I'm going to make a new live stream just now, once I've prepared the desk. and I'm going to do the clipping detector, and I'm going to name it clipping detector, so that people are like, holy fucking hell, he's finally doing a clipping detector, let's watch this shit. Yeah, Nicholas, I want to thank Nicholas, although the issue was nowhere around the areas that we were looking, but Nicholas threw a lot of his time into this repair as well with me, so I massively appreciate Nicholas's help on all my amplifier repairs. He throws a hand in great, he throws a fucking leg in, mate. Haven't seen my daughters in 2 weeks. Well, that's bullshit again. So if she's stopping you from seeing them, then that's an issue that you need to bring up, like, legally. Cool. So let's put this thing away. And so I need to order FETs for this anyway. So yeah, this is repaired. Fine. This is all good to go. Fully repaired. Ski app bop bomb. So I need to order some FETs for her anyway, before she goes back in the case. So I'm going to put this all down to one side, and I'm going to lock off the live stream just now, but I will start it up again in about 15 minutes time, and we'll look at the clipping detector. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned for my live stream in a little while, 15-20 minutes, and we're going to look at the clipping detector.